The harsh truth. Have you ever felt like people interrupt you, ignore your opinions, or take you for granted? It's frustrating, but here's the truth. Respect isn't given. It's demanded subtly through your actions and presence. Most of the time, people aren't consciously trying to disrespect you. They're simply responding to the subconscious signals you give off. And if you're unknowingly sending the wrong signals, it's no surprise that people walk all over you. But the good news? You can fix this. Watch till the end to learn how to command the respect you deserve. Chapter 1. Why people instinctively test your boundaries. Humans by nature test each other. It's a psychological survival mechanism. Just like animals establish dominance in a group, people subconsciously push boundaries to see how much they can get away with. Have you ever noticed how some people interrupt others mid-sentence without thinking twice? Or how someone keeps asking for favors but never returns the same energy? That's because they've learned, whether consciously or unconsciously, that they can get away with it. Example, imagine two coworkers. One of them, let's call him Alex, is always accommodating, always saying yes. The other, Ryan, isn't afraid to push back. Over time, people start leaning on Alex for extra work, assuming he won't complain, while Ryan sets clear boundaries and rarely gets overloaded. Why? Because people only respect the boundaries that you enforce. Solution. If you don't want to be walked all over, you need to start setting small boundaries and enforcing them. If someone interrupts you, don't shrink away, politely reclaim the conversation. If a friend repeatedly cancels plans, stop accommodating them so easily. If someone crosses the line, call it out in a calm but firm manner. The moment you start valuing your time and energy, others will too. Chapter 2. The body language that screams weakness. Before you even say a word, people already judge you based on how you carry yourself. Studies show that over 70% of communication is nonverbal. And whether you realize it or not, your body language can either command respect or make you look like an easy target. Signs of weak body language. Avoiding eye contact, hunched shoulders or slouching, nervous fidgeting or excessive nodding, speaking too softly or hesitating too much. Example, imagine two people walk into a room. One enters with shoulders back, head up, and makes direct eye contact. The other walks in with slouched shoulders, looking down, avoiding eye contact. Who do you think is taken more seriously? Solution, stand tall and take up space. Confident posture makes an instant difference. Slow down your movements. Rushed or jittery movements make you seem unsure. Make eye contact, but don't overdo it. Aim for a natural balance. Use a firm, steady voice. People trust and respect those who sound certain. Small changes in your body language can instantly change how people perceive you. Chapter 3. The psychological effects of being too agreeable. If you're always saying yes just to avoid conflict or make people like you, you might be making a huge mistake. Why? Because when you agree too much, too quickly, people start valuing your words less. Think about it. If you never challenge opinions, if you always go along with the crowd, and if you never push back, people assume you have no strong beliefs of your own. And when that happens, they stop taking you seriously. Example, imagine a meeting at work. Two employees are asked for their opinion. The first one immediately agrees with whatever the boss says without hesitation. The second one pauses, thinks critically, and then offers a slightly different perspective. Who do you think will gain more respect? Solution. Stop agreeing just to keep the peace. If you disagree, express it calmly and confidently. Use pauses in conversation. Thinking before you speak makes your words more valuable. Say no when necessary. You don't need to justify every decision. People respect those who have their own voice, not those who just follow the herd. Final chapter. How to shift perception and gain instant respect. Now that you know what causes people to subconsciously disrespect you, let's talk about how to shift their perception instantly. Key mindset shifts. Stop over-explaining. The more you explain yourself, the less powerful your words become. Say what you mean and leave it at that. Don't laugh at every joke. It's good to be friendly, but excessive laughter, especially at unfunny jokes, can signal insecurity. Use strategic silence. Confident people don't rush to fill every gap in conversation. Let silence work in your favor. Lead with certainty. Whether you're asking for something or making a point, say it as if you expect it to happen. People follow certainty. Real-life example. Ever met someone who never seems desperate for approval, yet everyone respects their presence? They're not necessarily the loudest in the room, but when they speak, people listen. That's because they've mastered the art of self-assurance. They don't seek validation, they create it. And that's exactly what you need to do. If you've ever felt disrespected, ignored, or taken for granted, now you know why. It's not always about how people feel about you, but about how you present yourself. Start enforcing boundaries. Fix your body language. Stop seeking approval and watch how everything changes. Comment below, have you ever experienced this? How did you handle it? Subscribe for more deep insights on self-growth and dark psychology.